Welcome back to San Jose, everybody. Mike Yuba here as we are just on the eve now of the national championship between the Clemson Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Well, if you're a Seinfeld fan, you know yesterday was a Festivus for the rest of us, a celebration of the airing of grievances. Well, for Clemson fans, there's not much to be upset about this year, at least so far, as the Tigers are a win away from making it back to the national championship for a third time in 4 years.
And won the series for Steve Pierce. Going into last night, he had no hits in his World Series career. The last 2 games, he had 3 home runs, and perhaps he might be even named World Series MVP.
There's plenty to be grateful for this holiday season. You have friends and family, and I mean, just look at all this food. You know what I'm grateful for? What's that? Not being a Clemson fan. Oh boy. Yeah, because losing the last 4 Palmetto Bowls is a better side to be on. Guys, Kelly Bryant, buddy. Listen, guys. I'm not from down here, all right? So I don't have a side in this fight, but can't we just get along for just one day, please? No. Because in World Series history, when you go up 2-0, those teams have gone on to win 80% of the time. That's the good news. But for Jackie Bradley Jr., is it going to be all good news as they go out to LA? Because the question now is, will he even be in the lineup? You win a World Series, you're ALCS MVP before that, and you win your first Gold Glove. What has this moment been like for you these last couple weeks?
It's been a whirlwind. Like I keep telling everybody, I'd rather be this way than the alternative.
Remember the days when all you could do is make a phone call with one of these things? Yeah, but now it's given everyone a voice. Well, yesterday I was scrolling through this thing on Twitter after the USC game, and it's clear that fans want to know what the deal was with the play calling in the second half. Was the offensive calls too conservative and the Gamecocks led by 17? And how about this for elite company? If the Patriots are able to win the Super Bowl tomorrow night, Gilmore would be just the 3rd Patriot ever under Belichick to win a Super Bowl, be first-team All-Pro, and make it to a Pro Bowl all in the same season. Just Tom Brady and Ty Law have been able to achieve that feat. Oh, that's right, friendy. If you're back in Columbia and you're waking up this morning, no, it was not a dream. If you don't believe me, take a look behind me. You're going to see all the orange and purple confetti. Clemson gets it done again. Some of the greatest champions of all time, you might think of Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, maybe Tom Brady, but there's one man that stands far above the rest. Yeah, that's right, 11-time Nathan's hot dog eating champion, Joey Chestnut.
You're slowing down,
Are you
man.
going to down it, or?
Heading into this weekend with the Gamecocks score on their opening drive, they're 3-0, and that includes last week's kickoff return for a touchdown by Deebo Samuel. So if I told you that USC scored on their first drive today against Florida, you'd be feeling pretty good, right? Well, in case you missed the game, you might want to sit down for this one. As we go to the highlights, here we go. Gamecocks already up 7-0 with Jake Bentley just playing out of his mind. He was 7 of 7 on the opening drive and threw a touchdown pass. Here, he's at it again. Bentley to Jacob August. Have some. First touchdown for August since 2015. Bentley would start the game completing 14 of 19 passes for 2 scores through the year. He even got it done on the ground with his feet, sneaking this one in for 6, but they just couldn't put Florida away. What's going on here? USC led 31-14 at one point in the third quarter, but Florida would score 21 unanswered points to rally back for the win. Gamecocks, they just can't get it done in Gainesville as they fall today 35-31. Dawn Staley sticking with her lineup that she's had the last couple days, so Asia Wilson on the bench, and Kiki Herbert-Harrington getting the start again. And boy, did Kiki come to play. First quarter, right place, right time. Kiki with the jumper, got it. Then, final seconds, Kiki, same spot, same result. 13 points today for Kiki. Gamecocks led by 11 at the break. Third quarter, USC up by 9. Ty Harris in transition, doing what she's been doing all season long. Buries the pull-up. Fourth quarter now. Gamecocks lead is up to 12, and this would all but ice it. Wilson with a little dipsy-do, don't mind if I do. Team high 16 points, 8 boards for Wilson, who was named the tournament's MVP. So like that pretty girl in high school, you knew you had no shot bringing to prom, but anytime she'd give you a quick little wave or smile, you tell yourself, you know, maybe she's into me. Well, that's kind of like USC baseball these days. One day they give us hope, then the next day they're just stomping all over our hearts. Gamecocks took down number 3 Arkansas Friday, playing a doubleheader today, and tell Ma to cancel those prom picks because that high school dream girl of yours, yeah, she's breaking your heart again. Hogs waste no time. They go up 1-0 in the first. Move ahead to the 6th, 1 on and 1 gone. Arkansas takes game 2, 3-zip, and they also take game 1 today of that doubleheader as USC drops another conference series. For the last 6 years, the Bojangles Bash has welcomed some of the best high school basketball players from across the country. But this year, it wasn't the top prospect, or even the top team for that matter, who stole the show. Instead, it was a young man who, a year ago, wasn't even on a team.
At 6'5", it's hard for Ridgeview senior Xavier Major not to stand out.
But height aside, Major is unique for another reason, as he falls on the autistic spectrum.
Yes, he has disabilities, but we look past it. Nobody really notices it. He's just X.
It's with that attitude from his teammates and coaches that's allowed this 18-year-old to pursue a dream of playing varsity basketball. You're a senior here, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm a senior.
And you play basketball?
Yes, sir.
After playing on the B team his sophomore year, X, as his teammates call him, couldn't try out last year after not having a physical. Instead of calling it quits, he made it clear to Ridgeview boys head basketball coach Ulrich Stoneman that he would be ready to try out come this season.
Leading up all this year and even last year, Coach, I want to try out. He'd send me an email every single day, Coach, I want to try out. And I'm like, well, you have to get your physical and then you can try out.
With a physical in hand, X's persistence was rewarded as he, along with 16 other classmates, made this year's team.
I work very hard.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I love X. He's like the life of the party, if that makes sense. Like every time when the team is down, he'll pick us up, or if we need some encouragement, he's right there, or he's a helping hand.
This past Tuesday against Spring Valley, X was able to put smiles on his teammates' faces like never before. With the game out of reach, he entered his first varsity basketball game in the final minutes. With just over a minute to go, teammate Michael Ajukwa connected with X on a full-court pass before the big man did the rest on his very first shot.
To see him happy and just make the team happy, make the crowd happy, it's just an amazing feeling.
But X wasn't done there. 4 days later, in front of a sold-out crowd at the Bojangles Bash, he did it again. Not once, but twice, including a layup in the final seconds.
And Michael was so happy for me. And all the varsity boys were so happy, and all the girls so happy for me.
He wants to do good and make sure everybody see him succeed and stuff. So it's definitely a highlight of our season to see him score.
Never judge a person based on stigmas, because you just might miss out on the next Xavier Major.
Today's society, there's so much negativity going on, and for one special moment for X, he brought 1,500 people together.
The average, never give up, keep pushing.
It's a little taste of Boston in the South.
I'm a die-hard Red Sox fan.
And with the Red Sox headed back to another World Series, this local Columbia pizza bar is fired up more than ever, with two former Gamecocks playing in it.
The guys like Steve Pierce and Jackie Bradley being a part of this, Gamecocks being a big part of this, it would be incredibly special to watch them win with the Red Sox.
Brian Glenn became owner of Village Idiot Pizza with his wife in 2003. The two had met through working there years prior as a cook and a bartender before turning this 5-point hotspot into a place that always has the Sox on.
We generally get a big contingent of Red Sox fans, especially in the playoffs here. But now when you have two Gamecocks playing such a prominent role, a lot of the Gamecock fans are coming out to cheer them on as well. So they're default Red Sox fans, and we'll take them too.
Even during a historic ALCS performance, Jackie Bradley Jr. couldn't help but smile, knowing the support he and former USC star Steve Pierce were receiving all the way back at a place that once served them pizza during their college days.
It's fun to know that they've seen some of the pictures and see that, back home, the fervor of which, Gamecock fans and Red Sox fans down here where they went to school are with them and just cheering them on all the way.
And if you think this place is just for college kids, once Game 1 rolls around Tuesday night, Glenn says, well, think again.
In 2013, we had a couple of retired guys from Fort Jackson down here. I'm not the youngest person in the world, so it is, bring your kid. We got pizzas, come on down. It's going to be comfortable. It's going to be welcoming. We're going to have a good time.
From Village Idiot Pizza, I'm Mike Yuba. Watch Fox Sports.